We begin March with the Moon and Neptune conjunct in void of course between the signs of Pisces and Aries. When a planet is in void of course, it is said to be uninfluenced by zodiac energies as it stands on the cusp between these energies. The moon, the illumination of our inner self, our intuition, our emotional self, and Neptune, the planet of illusions, imagination, spirituality, and belief, the planet of dreams and bringing those dreams and visions into being. Conjunctions are when the energies are in alignment. While in alignment, they are able to blend together, work together, harmonize together, and allowing these planetary bodies and their representations to get on the same page. So today we're seeing our inner emotional self align with our dreams and illusions, allowing us to see where our dreams are a reflection of our inner being and where our dreams are a reflection of the outside world. This is going to allow us to align our visions with what we really want, what we perceive to be our goals, what we would like to be our desires, the things that we would like to bring into being. After the last couple of days of conjunctions, of alignments, where we have seen the sun, our outer self, the moon, our inner self, Mercury, our communication centers, and Saturn, our ability to turn up, this dreamy conjunction is really going to set the tone for the month to come. There's a lot going on in Mars. We see Venus go retrograde. We see Mercury go retrograde. We have the first of our eclipse portals opening. A lot of intense energies. We also have the equinox shifting us into a new season. So this alignment of the planet of dreams and our inner self is really going to give us this space to think about the things we want to bring forward. What would you like to achieve this month? What goals would you like to work towards? And how are you going to bring those things into being? What changes need to be made in order for you to shift from the ending of cycles into the beginning of new cycles? Pisces, the end of the zodiac. Aries, the beginning of the zodiac. This alignment allowing us to get behind our inner dreams and to release those beliefs that are of the past. Neptune's connection to our beliefs, our spirituality, our concepts of religion allows us to see where our beliefs are holding us back, but where our beliefs also bring us hope and push us forward, enabling us to get behind our inner beliefs, aligning our inner beliefs in our inner knowing. So aligning with our beliefs that we know are our own. A very powerful way to start the beginning of the month. And this conjunction of the moon and Neptune is supported by a sextile with Pluto in Aquarius. Sextiles are a harmonious connection where the energies blend and work together, allowing them to assimilate and bring their potential power into alignment, but in a way that is different than a conjunction, as these energies blend together and connect and are in different elements. So it's bringing two very different energies together to work in harmonious ways and bring opportunities, allowing each of the planetary energies to influence and guide and help us to move forward. Pluto is the planet of death, transformation, and rebirth. It is the cycles that we put to rest and the renewal that comes from allowing things to go their own way. It is transformation, it is change, it is regeneration, it's the power and ability to rise from the ashes of our destruction, constructing anew. Aquarius is the fixed air sign and the 11th sign of the zodiac. It is about pouring our knowledge into being, taking those ideas that are fixed in our mind and allowing them to flow. The vessel, the water bearer as its archetype, is allowing us to share our knowledge and collaborate with others. So this connection of Pluto with the Moon and Neptune in alignment is asking us to bring the changes we know that need to be made into being. The changes that we have gained through our wisdom, through our knowledge, through our understanding, through the things that we have learned. Allowing us to shift our beliefs and bring them in alignment with our inner knowing. Enabling us to see where our cycles of growth have allowed us to change and evolve, and how those changes can be used as wisdom for us to bring our dreams into being. As we change and grow, our values, our goals, our dreams change and shift. And it's important today to make sure that those changes we have gone through, that wisdom and understanding we have learned, is seen in our vision, is seen in our goals, is seen in the dreams we want to bring forward, is seen in the way that we see the world, allowing us to release the delusions that have held us back and align with our inner being. We then see Venus, the planet of love, values, and acceptance, shift into its annual retrograde motion in the sign of Aries. Venus will be in retrograde until April 13th, and it will travel through the sign of Aries until March 27th, where it will then move back into Pisces to finish its retrograde cycle. This retrograde cycle, beginning in Aries, the first sign of the zodiac, and ending in Pisces, the final sign of the zodiac, is really going to bring these energies of beginnings and endings into the forefront of our relationships and how we give and receive love, how we value things, how we bring acceptance to our daily life, how we work through the energies of the planetary body of Venus. Retrograde motions are the planet moving backwards from our point of view here on Earth. They are traditionally known as the planet moving through the underworld, moving through the subconscious, moving through the dark hidden aspects of that planetary representation of our being, and really allowing us to look at the darker aspects of this planetary body and the things that we have kept hidden, the things that we have pushed down and ignored, bringing them to the surface to be seen, understood, worked through, released, and acknowledged. So this retrograde of Venus is really going to be looking at our relationships with others, our relationships with ourselves, our relationships with money, our relationships with the things that we value, allowing us to get into the depths of the blocks that hold us back from these things, or the expectations that we hold to these issues. Venus is all about unconditional love. So this retrograde period is going to allow us to see where we hold conditions on the love that we give, where we hold conditions and expectations on the relationships that we hold, where we hold conditions and expectations on the values that we hold, and how we hold ourselves back from the financial security and wealth that we require to live comfortably in our lives. It's also looking at the ways that we accept things and bringing to the surface any areas where we have been unable to accept the realities of what's going on. So this is going to bring to light relationships that are toxic and unhealthy, aspects within our relationships that are toxic and unhealthy and that need to be released and worked through, expectations that we hold on relationships that may be from past relationships, and really allowing us to see where the energies of endings and beginnings play into this journey through the underworld. Where do we begin things that we are unable to bring to fruition, bring to the end? And where do we end things because we are too afraid to shift things into new beginnings? A lot of the times we do not need to simply end, say, a relationship, but we need to look at things in a new way, shift things into the energies of new beginnings. Change the ways that we communicate, change the ways that we give love, change the ways that we turn up in these relationships. And by doing so, we're ending a past cycle, a past behavior, and shifting it into a new. It's also going to allow us to look at the new ways that we have shifted in respect to the things that we love and value, and how maybe some of those things need to be ended, need to be brought into this energy of going with the flow, this energy of wisdom and understanding, this energy of flexibility. Aries is the cardinal fire sign. It is about taking those passions and desires and bringing them into action, initiating things anew. Pisces is the mutable water sign. It is about changing things to flow with our emotional waters and allowing us to shift things in ways that are in alignment with the way that we feel, with the inner knowing that we have, with our understanding of the duality of our cycles. So this retrograde period of Venus through these two signs is really going to open us up to our inner world and allow us to see the things that need to be brought to the surface in order for us to make changes, in order for us to shift things into a more healthy, balanced relationship with ourselves, enabling us to look at our wealth and money in a different way, look at our relationships in a different way, and really step into this energy of beginnings and endings that will allow us to see how we can work through cycles in order to bring things anew. We can work through cycles to bring closure to things, to allow us to open up to new opportunities. These two things go hand in hand. They are liminal energies. They are the energies in between, that energy of shifting between two things. All cycles go in circles. All cycles have endings. All cycles have beginnings. A really very important retrograde that's going to initiate these changes within us that are going to allow us to align in more healthy relationships, align in the ways that we turn up in our relationships, allowing us to really give love unconditionally, removing those conditions from the things that we value. Just after Venus shifts into its retrograde motion, it is going to align with the moon, bringing these energies into conjunction in the sign of Aries. Now, retrograde periods are all about review. They're about reassessing, reevaluating, and really looking at things from this energy of learning. So we're going to be looking at how we learn and initiate our inner being from our relationships, how our relationships align with our feelings, how our relationships align with our inner knowing, and how we value our inner self. Initiating these cycles, initiating these actions from a place of inner knowing, knowing that within we are loved, we are accepted, and that we deserve to be respected and to give and receive unconditional love. This alignment with the moon right after Venus shifts into retrograde motion is very powerful in bringing our inner self in alignment with our heart space and setting up the tone for this retrograde period. This retrograde period is going to be very deeply felt internally. It's going to be very deeply felt emotionally. And it is going to be a very intuitive time. Trust those instincts, trust those things that are coming to the surface, and allow them to come to the surface to initiate change, to initiate movement forward, to initiate this review of how we are being treated and how we are treating others. To support this alignment of the moon and Venus in retrograde in Aries, we see a sextile with Jupiter in Gemini. So again, we're seeing another connection of this harmonious blending of energies, this symbiosis of planetary bodies. But this time we are connecting with Jupiter, which is currently in Gemini. Jupiter is the planet of abundance, of expansion. It is infinite potential. It is the energy that brings things into being. Whenever Jupiter is involved, you can see this expansion and growth that is beyond what we can imagine. It is the potential that lies in everything being seen and expressed openly. So this connection of the moon and Venus in retrograde, right at the beginning of Venus's retrograde motion, is really going to expand these energies into being. It is going to bring this retrograde deep into our inner self, allowing us to really take these energies of renewal, these energies of review, these energies of reflection within, to allow us to see where we are standing in the way of our abundance, where we are standing in the way of the planetary energies of Venus, and where we can expand through this traveling through the underworld, through this exploration of the hidden, through this exploration of the subconscious, how we can expand this exploration in order to bring things into balance. Now, Gemini is the mutable air sign. It is about the changing mind. It is about the changing forms of communication. And it is about taking two things and bringing them together. You see this card has the bees cross-pollinating the flowers. It is about taking one thing and bringing it into another. And this energy works very well in Jupiter, as Jupiter is about expansion. So this is expanding the mind by using different sources and bringing things into being. So this connection with Venus retrograde, with this alignment with our inner self, is really asking us to see where we can take these different planetary bodies and use the information that we gain to bring abundance in our outside world, bring abundance in our ability to give and receive, bringing abundance to our ability to love, and bringing abundance to our relationships, really lining us up to work through the things that we need in order for us to be in this energy of growth, this energy of renewal, this energy of expansion from a mental side, from our mind. We know the things we need to work through. So this retrograde is asking us to be open and accepting to those things, to see the hard truths, and to know that things are going to come to the surface, not with the intention of harming us, but with the intention of allowing us to see where we need to make changes, where we need to grow, where we need to expand, and where we need to release and let go. A beautiful way to start this retrograde, a beautiful way to open us up into the energies of March that are going to all be about shifting and transforming ourselves anew, birthing ourselves anew in this new season to come.